Greetings from just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. My name is Darren Sutton, and welcome on behalf of Perfect Game and Perfect Game TV, the coaches, athletes, and their families to the 2022 11U World Series. It's been quite a journey for the SBA Nationals team, the gifted team out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and a team looking for a unique three-peat, if you will, out of Sarasota, Florida Prime Baseball 11U Lujan, who won this event as a 9U team and as a 10U team, and now trying to do it now. Prime Lujan on the field getting loose in those really striking neon green jerseys. Remember that throughout the day. The white uniforms for SBA. Showcase Baseball Academy is SBA. These teams have been here for a long time at this wonderful event, and again, today was a three-game day if you're playing in the finals. Quarterfinals first this morning, and then a couple of games that followed. SBA victorious over the ZT Twins 6-5, and then over MVP Casillas out of California 8-5, that on semifinals day. Stars Baseball was the team that came up on the other end against Prime Baseball 4-3. 10-9 was the win just a minute ago. Great back-and-forth affair against five-star Coverdale. SBA National with the lineup with an EH and a DH. Trevor Snyder, Colton Penadoto, and Chase Woodley. Trey Lawrence will follow. Mason McKay, Graham Huffstetler, who's a really talented athlete. Leighton Saliba, who walked them off with a 3-run homer yesterday to get them playing big games today. Excited about all these stories. Ryder Sheffield, Bowden Thompson, and Britt Reams, all the way down to the bottom of the order. The head coach for the SBA Nationals team is Travis Thompson. Thompson, Division I college All-American at East Carolina University. Chris Snyder, Terry Sheffield, and Chad Broadway are his assistants. We'll tell you a little bit more about the coaching staffs on both of these teams. Tony Lujan is the head coach of Prime Baseball, Lujan 11U. We're ready to go. We were talking about Chris Snyder. Here is son Trevor Snyder. Let's play. T-Rev leads it off out of Waxhaw, North Carolina. Let's chase a championship for the next couple of hours. And thanks for spending time with us on Perfect Game TV. Slightly open stance as he loads his back leg, and right away rolls it to the left side. It'll slip on through into the outfield. And the talented and speedy Trevor Snyder is on with a base hit. Nice job letting that baseball travel deep in his stance. Mom is Carla, as we mentioned. Dad, assistant coach Chris. Just waited for that one to trickle away and took it the other way. Colton Pettinato stands pretty close to home plate with a right-handed bat that he wags and anxiously awaits the opportunity. Colton, the third baseman, number 2 in the order, out of Charleston, South Carolina. Like a lot of these athletes at this age, he can play just about anywhere he'll pitch, and he'll pitch very effectively. He'll catch, play in the middle of the infield as he sends that one back to the screen. The son of Parvana and Eric. Dad played college football. Colton's played them all. He's played football, he's played baseball and basketball. A straight-A student. Watch his chance send him back to the bag. The outfield for Prime Lujan, Evan Rupinta, Mason Moeller, Cruz Guzman. Infield of Trevor Lujan, Charlie Blaylock, Fabio Fumai, Nate Handley-White, third to first. Breaking ball is outside. Reed Gilmore is working behind the plate with Chance Basden. Back of the box. Gilmore wants that one away, and he hits his spot. Gets a call on the extended strike zone over the outside corner, says Sadale Rowland. It's been great to be around these families this week to learn about the athletes. They share their stories with us. We're glad to share them with you. And all the teams. I mean, we come to you on championship days, certainly, but you know, when you start an event and you start it with 106 teams, that's times 10 minimum, times a mom or a dad or a grandparent who's made the trip. It's been a joyful week at this age group. In and out of that swing with a check swing, and down goes Colton. Strikeout number 1 for Chance Basden. didn't want to. Accidental tip of the baseball, and nice job holding on to it by Reed Gilmore. Number 99 is Chase Woodley. Woodley works behind the plate. He will do the catching for Jackson Neville. Chase makes his home in Charlotte, North Carolina. Just wrapped up his time as a 5th grader. Dad is TJ, mom is Wesley. And his sis is Willow. Willow Woodley, what a pretty name. Elevated fastball gets a swing and a miss right up at the eyeballs. Chase primarily can play third, can catch, and also work on the mound. By the way, Willow's sis is a very competitive and successful dancer. Old dad TJ played college baseball at William and Mary. Shoots that one the other way. It's down for a base hit. That will head all the way to the wall. Out front hurrying is Snyder. Snyder is set on around toward the plate. Snyder is in there standing up. And SBA strikes first thanks to an RBI by Chase Woodley. Well, we've seen it twice, haven't we? A nice level swing. We saw Snyder do that. Now we see Woodley confident, casual. Just lets the ball travel deep in his stance. It's a double. It's an RBI for Chase Woodley. And number 99 gives way to number 63. Here's Trey Lawrence. Trey with that slightly open stance, stands tall at the plate. And looks at a breaking ball that never got there. Trey from Summerville, South Carolina. Dad is Charles. Dad was a great athlete, played all the sports as well. Football, baseball, ran track. Mom, Dr. Lawrence. Dr. Lagana Lawrence. As that one is high. You see that height and that athleticism. You'd have to be more my age to remember, as an athlete, one of his relatives, Larry Nance, one of the great NBA stars, a one-point slam dunk champ, probably back in the 80s. Above average speed for Trey. He's manning center field for this SBA team today. Trying to sneak in there and pop the tag down. Bobby Ofumai unable to do so. When you have a complex that has fields spread out all the way up to elite age group in high school, some of the facilities certainly bigger than this. It's starting to happen. You can feel it around here. People are just kind of drifting down to where the energy is, as that's a strike. A championship game, certainly. Two balls and one strike the count. Good hammer right over the top of that one. Excellent pitch, by the way, in a hitter's count. That one misses upstairs. Chance a great hitter as well as being a successful pitcher. Plays first and third base. Rushed off, left his arm behind, takes a look at his fingertips as he does so. We got a single from Snyder. He came around to score. And we've got a double and an RBI from Woodley with one out, and now a walk to Trey Lawrence with runners on first and second. And now Mason McKay. Catawba, South Carolina. Dutchman Creek Middle School. And the son of Amanda and Tyler. McKay, the shortstop for this SBA team. He was escorted into the batter's box there by Sadeo Rowland, and now he'll step back out of that box. Shaded a premium on a day like today. Pretty pitch over the outside corner, and a double steal opportunity. Both take advantage. Woodley moves to third. Lawrence is there. He kind of took a tumble, as you could see out there at second base. Watch him. He takes a peek in, slides, and kind of does a rollover. Feet first, turns into head first. Either way, he's there. Temperatures in the mid-90s today. As a matter of fact, it will ease all the way up to 96 degrees. Going to be even hotter tomorrow in Atlanta at triple digits. Humidity 30%. Scoring to bunt, little safety squeeze as he pushes that one foul. Mason's dad, Tyler, 9 years professional hockey. Mason runs for distance competitively. Reaches out, comes up empty that time. And charge on back around. Kind of tried to spoil a pretty good breaking ball. And as we watch Bayston, we're watching a 12-6 breaking ball. He'll fight himself at times. But the reminder, these are elite 11-year-old players. And you can see the talent there and just learning themselves. The right-hander left that one up, and it's spoiled. And so we'll do it again. By the way, if you wonder what they're dealing with velocity-wise, up to 66 miles an hour for Chance Bayston, so that's firm. Breaking ball, about 8 to 10 miles an hour below that, in the 50s, high 50s. He's been up to 68 miles an hour. Matter of fact, Chase Woodley hit the hardest pitch of the inning. And now Chance will step out. Reed Gilmore will pay a visit. His ally is catcher. McKay's favorite team, the Atlanta Braves. Favorite player, though, because McKay's a really good shortstop and a tall, lean shortstop. You can see him right there as he digs in, like his favorite player, Trey Turner. The Dodgers, Trey Turner. It's the Nationals, Trey Turner. I bet you Trey, 11 years old, was built just about like that. That one sails high and inside. I asked each one of these athletes prior to the game, knowing they were going to be on this global stream. A lot of questions you'll hear the answers to, but my relaxed question at the end is that breaking ball's a good take outside. was, what is your favorite meal in the world? And who makes that meal? The man hitting, favorite meal in the world? Cheeseburger that his mom makes. Amanda, well done. Your burgers topped everything else on the planet. That slightly open stance hits it hard on the ground, and it's a base hit to left field. That will score one, and they'll stop the runner at third, and into second with the slide goes McKay. It looked like, and I can see why there's a brief conversation here, maybe they'll take a peek, have a chat with the umpires. It looked like a little bit of impediment in the base running. You'll see it here on the replay, I believe. Watch the runner heading to third, runs into the defender, and so they'll have a discussion about that. That was Trey Lawrence. Lawrence ended up running into Trevor Lujan, so they'll chat about it, make the decision together here. But for McKay, an RBI single. And the umpires come together to talk about it. I don't blame them on this one, at least getting together. Sedale Rowland, Booker Owens, the umpires get together on that. I don't know that it impeded him from scoring, but as they work together, and they will send him on home. There was a clear collision. Good job. And there was clear interference. I think the umpires have to determine on this replay. As we watch it here, collision now. Right there. So the ball in the glove of the left fielder, would they have sent him? It's worth selling it to the umpires, and it ends up being a 2 RBI single. And the score 3-0. Tough break there for Lujan as well, the third baseman.
Hey, Graham, stay loose.
How could you not enjoy a player who goes by the nickname of Graham Slam? Graham Huffstetler. I mean, the tall, skyscraper-like Graham Huffstetler from Charlotte, North Carolina. Look at that height as he digs in. Almost 6 feet tall, playing in an 11U game. Graham Slam. Those shoes, by the way, that dig in, folks, those are size 15s. And Graham takes strike one. Tall man, tall strike zone, obviously. 3-0 SBA on top. Graham plays outfield, pitches, loves to hit. As a matter of fact, he's gone past that 5'11", according to his coaching staff. He's at 6'1" now. And he takes a curveball that misses outside. Graham from Charlotte. Just wrapped up 5th grade at Carmel Christian School. How many 5th graders when you were in 5th grade, you folks out there, moms, dads, athletes, were 6'1"? Good pitch. That's a great spot to pitch him, isn't it? He looks like he loses his leverage down there, but it looks good enough that you have to go after it. Big Graham is the son of Lindsay and Andrew. And he was a 5th grade math Olympian. First place. They're going to get caught up in a rundown trying to grab a bag, and that time it doesn't work. So McKay, I think, was trying to sneak his way over, and in the end, his aggression, maybe a little bit of a break there for the prime Lujan team. Nice job stepping off. Baston's a good all-around athlete, though, and he just turns it into an out, a 1-5, caught stealing. Base is clear for Graham. Swing for the fences, young man. We'll watch together. Good breaking ball. Again, down in that zone. Causes him to break down just a little bit. Graham will step out for a moment. Hero Leighton Saliba waits on deck, the right fielder. Tried to play it on a backhanded Reed Gilmore. The 4th annual 11U World Series, the championship game. 2-2. To the right side, driven toward the wall. Graham On the move, uses that height, uses that speed, into second with a double. The ballpark held it. Look at him get the foot down. He got it down twice, didn't he? Got down a little early, but the hands don't go. Oh, that was cool. That was really interesting. That side swing told a great story. He's so tall and athletic. That timing mechanism had him getting the foot down and then had to kind of do it again. He got ahead of himself, but never let that body leak out. Leighton Saliba, different height, obviously, as we can see at 4 feet 9 inches tall. A 3-run walk-off homer yesterday as he fouls it off again. A 3-run walk-off homer, opposite field, winning round 2 of bracket play. And his coaching staff says in the scouting report, and I quote, "Don't let the height fool you." That 3-run walk-off opposite field bomb yesterday won it for us in round 2 of bracket play. This kid has extreme passion for the game, and he works hard to get every ounce out of his physicality. Gets great reads off the bat in the outfield as well. Nickname is Sabella. Given name is Hardy. From Winston-Salem, North Carolina. His dream schools, how about Vanderbilt or Miami? That's what he shared with us. He tries to go the other way like he did when he walked him off yesterday. He's the son of Tina and Hardy. Grandfather played college baseball. SBA in those white and navy blue uniforms on top 3-0 as he takes a pitch that dives down and away. Good 0-2 pitch, by the way. 1-2 the count. Aaron Sutton along with our production team. Steve Bant is our producer-director out in the truck leading our PGTV team. Miles Garrett's on site. Field producing as that one is driven towards center field. And it's up and against that wall. Again, don't let the size fool you. He's looking for 3. He's getting out ahead of himself with the tag, and he is out. Back-to-back doubles, though, and Leighton continues to flex. Double and an RBI, and what a start in this inning. I mean, what an incredible start. As they played 4 runs as SBA National. Anchor probably should have thrown it out right there. And you could see double-check things and hustled on in. Nice job, by the way, executing the play for the out. They run into an out. It's a couple of outs interesting on the base paths as we look back to this inning. Trevor Snyder had a single. He got it started. He would eventually score. Chase Woodley really had the approach of the inning, I feel like. Drove that ball to the wall. It was an RBI double. Snyder scored easily. Trey Lawrence walked, but then a couple of batters later after McKay's single, Graham Hustetter doubled. Crushed that ball to right field. And that was the inning. And that is the score, 4-0, as we move along to the bottom half. Jackson Neville's on the mound, getting loose, getting ready to go. And I promise you this is a prime team that you may look at that score and feel like, oh boy, that's a tough way to start things. It really kind of means nothing for the way they've come back, including today. At the top of the order is Evan Rupinta, Evan Avancito Rupinta, Chance Baisden bats second, Nate Handley-White, Cruz Guzman with Tyson Brown DHing. Charlie Blaylock is right behind him. Fabio Fumai is the second baseman. And just to point something out, Tyson Brown is the DH for Charlie Blaylock, who plays short. And that happens because Baisden, the pitcher, hits. So that's why that happens. So we'll see Blaylock defensively. Fabio Fumai is the second baseman. Mason Moeller is the center fielder. And Trevor Lujan, the third baseman. Reed Gilmore is the catcher. And on the mound, Jackson Neville. What a wonderful opportunity for Jackson, who at PG events has been up to 67 miles an hour, just turned 12 years old, from Cornelius, North Carolina. And Jackson spins off of that breaking ball. He's the son of Jennifer, who attended Louisiana Tech, and Matt, who played college football and baseball at Fairmont State in West Virginia. Evan Rapinta is ahead in the count, 2-0. Evan Cito, as I said a moment ago, his nickname, makes his home in Orlando. Avalon Middle School, 6th grader. He's had a lot of success as a baseball player. Team Florida at the 2021 PG All-State Select National Championships. Those are the events I was talking about. Really looking forward to those again this year. Chase Woodley making it clear. My good friend, we got you 4. Throw it down the middle, let him run it down. Maybe that's what he said, right? At least that's what we all were thinking. He's a talented arm, has earned the right to be here. That's what he's looking for as he fires a strike. Evan is the son of Christina and Vernon. As he shoots that one toward right field, toward the wall, that one goes. He hurries on around, and boy, what a bounce back. That's the kind of statement that this team can make. They answer right back with a double. Evan scalded that ball to right field off the base of the wall over the head of Saliba. Here's the homer machine. Big Poppy. Chance Baisden. He's from Winter Springs, Florida. He's won a home run derby at just about every stop and events in which he plays, as that one is high. What makes him so dangerous is the power all over the diamond. And that really is, I think, for a lot of these 11U hitters, it's the same story. Runner on his way to third. Ran on a breaking ball, and it's a stolen base. So Evan has a stolen base. Scalds that ball down for a base hit, and he helps himself out. Baisden will hurry into second, standing up with a double. It's now 4-1. Prime coming right on back. Pitch up. Big part of ballpark. Chance with a double and an RBI. Baisden came into today's action in 32 perfect games this year as a quick visit to the mound. Chance hitting .647 in those 32 games. Slugging .897, has a couple of home runs, and on base of over 700. Think about that. Getting on base 7 out of 10 times. It's funny, at the highest of levels, we always say a great hitter makes an out 7 out of 10 times. Chance finds his way on 7 out of 10 times. Nathan Handley White. Big Nate, the first baseman. He takes a pitch off the plate. Nathan, a power arm, too, when he pitches. It's been up to 71 miles an hour as a pitcher. Still right in the middle of his 11-year-old year. 11 years and 5 months old. Stands 5'7" as he takes over the inside corner for a strike. We've seen Nate a lot. He's been to almost 24 perfect game events from Bradenton, Florida. He shoots that one to left. Holds up long enough, and the play is made out there by Huffstetler. Hit it hard, but right to the left fielder. Cruz Guzman is the right fielder. Cruz takes just outside and off the plate. Just turned 12 years old. from St. Petersburg, Florida. Stands right at an even 5 feet tall, does Cruz. As that one is high. His father, Luis, went to the University of South Florida. His mom is Meredith, who played college softball at a high level at South Florida and in Kentucky. Runner on the move. Throw down. Good jump. Stolen base. Chance to make it 4-2 now. Cruz shoots that one right back to the backstop. This event started with 106 teams. 15 pools of 6, a couple of pools of 8. Top 2 teams making it out of the 16 pools to the gold bracket, and that's where we're seeing the championship today. Top 3 teams out of those pools of 8. As Cruz patiently earns himself a walk. Tyson Brown is from Jacksonville, Florida. Tyson is the DH, as we said earlier, hitting for Charlie Blaylock. And Tyson right back through the middle. It's knocked down. We'll fire and get that man at first base. On a double play. Runner was on the move, hit it hard, tough break for Tyson, and a nice break for Neville. 1-3 on the putout after the line drive and the out. So through 1 at the championship game of the 11U Perfect Game World Series. A little bit of a rally back for the Prime Lujan team, but a great start for SBA as they lead it by a score of 4-1. A pretty level swing last inning of Chance based and doubling in a run. He'll get ready to go pitch again here in a moment. The active feet of Chance on the base paths with a stolen base, and that's where we sit at 4-1. A warm, warm summer day at East Cobb. Looks like Charlie Blaylock takes over in the center. As we said, Charlie was playing short, so we'll do our best to find out who is playing short now. Ryder Sheffield fouls that one off. Baisden now is at first base. Handley White, who was at first, moves to second. And Fabio Fumai moves to short. There's your change. Thank you on sight by Miles Garrett. As that one is popped up foul to the right side by Ryder Sheffield from Marshville. Son of Janelle and Terry. And his younger bro, Gander's only 5 years old. Dad played college baseball. And Ryder wrestles. Tries to wrestle with that baseball, but hit it on the line out to short. Fabio had moved over, and he's in the perfect spot. One away in the inning. Well, you know, Blaylock's goal's got to be pretty simple, right? My team came back. They got us a run. We're down 3. Let's throw strikes and get my team back in the dugout. Bowden Thompson. Thompson serving as the extra hitter. As they chant Bo in the bleachers. Families have been great. As Bowden slaps that one in the left center field. Sliding, attempting a great play out there by Mason Moeller. Oh, Mason. Wow. Pretty swing, too. I mean, a beautiful left-handed level swing. Line drive, center field. Moeller goes into a slide. First step was key, and a great play by Moeller. Britt Reams takes up and away. 1-0 the count to the designated hitter. Out of Charleston, South Carolina. Rising 6th grader, Porter Gaud Middle School. He'd love to be a Florida Gator someday, and if he's not a Florida Gator, he'd love to be a man who's a Vanderbilt Commodore playing his college baseball. Those are his dream schools. You remember Britt Reams' dad had a pretty lengthy major league career. Cardinals, Expos, A's, and Pirates. Mom is Laura. His grandpa played in the NFL as well. Great bloodlines. Grandfather played for the Saints. Britt plays football. You bet he plays football with what Grandpa accomplished, and also basketball. Left-handed hitter Britt Reams with 2 outs. Hand comes off the bat on the pretty swing there. Reams in 41 games played. Travel ball journey. That's a .354 batting average, of .422 on base percentage. This one pulled on the ground, a step over to his right, and it's turned quickly into an out by Nathan Handley White. And a 1-2-3 inning. Charlie Blaylock comes in and restores order very, very nicely. He got Sheffield, he got Thompson, and then he got Reams right back to back to back, and a nice job that time. Fabio Fumai, Mason Moeller, who made the fine play in center field, due up. Those swings as we look at the approaches here. Just 2 quick skip hops out there to second base. And this nice anticipation play on 1 step, and then the play, Moeller, boom, sliding in center field. And that's where we stand, 4-1. Jackson Neville back out there working. This SBA team, when you speak with their coaching staff, specifically Travis Thompson, head coach, asked him to kind of describe the team. I said, Coach, give me a bit of a scouting report. So I got my notebook out, and here's what he said. This team's up there with my favorite I've ever coached. They practice very hard during the week so they can get better and they can compete on the weekend. They've had a lot of success since being formed less than 2 years ago. The reason this team has success as a special group is because the parents have bought into the program and the process. We have zero drama and don't allow, quote-unquote, me players. Each player has and knows their role. Additionally, we have one of the best team moms in Janelle Sheffield. She would do anything for anybody at any time. Thank you, Coach Thompson, for your words about your team. Fabio's been the walk-off king today. His key swings, his timely at-bats late in games have led to victories a couple of times for this prime team. Bouncing ball, you better hurry. Play deep from short. Long throw. Not able to dig it out. He'll take the turn quickly and grab another base. I'm not sure if they had him. A great effort over there by Snyder to try and clean it out of the dirt. This is a long throw from deep at short for Mason McKay. Difference maker, contact man is on. Here's Mason Moeller. Made that great play earlier in center field. Runner on his way to third. Throw down. That's a stolen bag. Mason from Sarasota, Florida. His dad is Nick. He is a massive Braves fan. Swings right through that one. Moeller dreams someday, if you're going to ask him about his college destination, of being a Tennessee Volunteer. Keep an eye out, Coach Vitello. That one's just off the plate. Chase held it there for a bit. Mr. Woodley didn't get the call. So Dale Rowland is our home plate umpire. Is that one missed? Jackson Neville gets some words of encouragement to start hammering that strike zone. On 2-2, he missed high.
Come on, Jax, you got this.
Neville, as he works on the mound, also is a shortstop. He's got a big arm. He's been up to 67 miles an hour at PG events. And the double is followed by a walk. And here's Trevor.
Come on, Jack.
Tank, they call him, Trevor Lujan. Also a Sarasota native. He talks about someday hoping to play at Appalachian State. Mom is Elizabeth, sis is Avery, who's 7 years old. You make him make a throw there, but that throw went out to short to Mason McKay. Both these teams, you tell me, folks, you're watching along with me, have been crazy aggressive in this game. Jackson played travel ball for a long, long time. He's looking to get out of a mess right now. Swings right through that. A little bit of a cut to it. He's thrown 64 innings, this right-hander has, at perfect game events. He's netted 74 strikeouts. He's got a .366 on base percentage in his last 3 years of PG events as a hitter. Got the call over the outside corner, strike two. Everything, and I think that might have been a touch out as he pounds the plate and steps right up on top of it. My goodness, look at that. That's a man who didn't like the call of the outer part of the plate. He sent his message not by arguing, but by almost standing on it. I love it. 1-2, that one's outside. Trevor, a big Yankees fan. Aaron Judge fan. That one's outside. And also share with me, I love Shohei Ohtani in the sense that it's such a novelty to watch someone who can hit and pitch. Trevor does just a lot of hitting and playing of third base. 3-2, waves at a pitch, and down he goes. Big strikeout. Runners stay at second and third. A little bit of left turn that one made as it head to the plate. Trevor Lujan comes up empty. Here's Reed Gilmore. Gilmore, the catcher. Takes over the inside corner for strike one. Gilly attends Providence Community School, heading into 6th grade. Julie and Brett are his parents. Will that plate the run? Yes, it will, with a head-first slide. Fabio Fumai comes on down, and he scores. Runner moves to third. That's Mason Moeller, and a wild pitch. And it's a second run. But Jackson tries to pull it back together. You got to imagine both these teams so fatigued on a day like today. Gilmore pops it up, back of second base. And it's not deep enough to score the runner. It bluffs a little bit down the line. Big second out. He's kicking himself about that wild pitch, I'm sure. Buried it in. You can see, watch that swing, and he kind of jammed himself, did Gilmore. Breaking ball to the backstop as that one sails up and out of there. Evan Rupinta, he doubled, he scored in his first at bat. We're playing 6 here in this championship game. Beautiful pitch, best one of the inning. Evan, by the way, middle school band, excellent with the clarinet. He tries to be excellent with the bat this time. Hurry up the line. He is safe. A run will score, and another one back for Prime. Great speed. We were talking about his ability to play that clarinet. He went right to work with his legs this time. The athlete in him came out. Just used the turf, bouncing ball, tough long throw for Mason McKay, single, RBI. Evan has had a great day. Here's Chance. Prime Lujan team in the bright green jerseys. More traditional navy and white. A little bit of blue. A little bit of red, too, for that SBA team. Breaking ball hits the inside corner. I asked Chance that question, what's your favorite meal? I asked him all that when he said, my mom makes the best spaghetti and meatballs. Krista Vaughn, well done. A lot of options. They could pick any option for their favorite meal. For Chance's favorite team, he picked the Houston Astros. He loves Jose Altuve. He said, and I quote, he's small in stature, but a powerful hitter. And Chance aspires to play at Vanderbilt someday. 0-1 the count on the slugger and the pitcher, the first baseman. He pitched out that time. Nothing was cooking, though. Jackson Neville on the mound, and his battery mate Chase Woodley. Beautiful East Cobb complex. Now the runner goes, and he ran on a breaking ball. Boy, talk about putting together the right amount of timing. You sit still on a pitch out, next pitch a breaking ball, you're gone. Chance to tie this game up with 2 outs. Runner goes to third. Chance rolls it. High bouncer. Better hurry. Across the diamond in time for the out. Colton Pettinato made a very nice play, just sticking with it. Runner had slid in right in front of him. Chance on top of it as he hustled down the line. Not easy. You got the runner coming, sliding right in front of you. Sets his feet, makes the accurate throw. That's exactly what occurred. The wild pitch in this inning played it 1 run. That was when Fabio Fumai scored. The hurry single in this inning by Rupinta played it another run. That's when Mason Moeller scored. And that's where we stand now. Through 2, the 11U World Series championship game, 4-3. Not surprised. 4-3, SBA is on top. SBA, by the way, out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Prime Baseball Lujan out of Sarasota, Florida. Trevor Snyder's got a good walk-up song as we move along to the 3rd inning. Trev singled and scored back in the 1st inning. Swings through that one, 0-1 the count to Snyder. We go back to the top of the order. Snyder takes outside. Snyder was able to be in attendance at Game 6 and Game 7 of the 2019 World Series, and he saw the Nationals beat the Astros. Again, he uses the big part of the ballpark. What a beautiful swing. Dad was a power-hitting, right-handed catcher in the big leagues. This man looks more like his old teammate Steven Drew, slicing the baseball all over the field. Boy, is that pretty. Short, aggressive approach, lets it travel. That's twice today. He's used that side of the field with good results. Double for Trevor Snyder. Big Colton Pettinato. He takes outside, 1-0 the count.
Jamie legs, head down, short to the ball.
At the corner that time. Spaghetti and Meatballs wins the day again in the favorite meal category for Colton, this time made by his dad. He said, my dad, Spaghetti and Meatball. Eric, you win. Good stuff. It's that one out towards short. Where's the play? It looks like it's at 3rd. You bet. Snyder got a little bit ahead of himself that time. An easy chance right there for Fabio Fumai out in front of him, and he turned it into an out 6-5. So Colton reaches on a fielder's choice, takes a look over his shoulder and thinks, uh-oh, I may be in trouble. And it was executed very nicely. Reed Gilmore comes out, has a conversation with Charlie Blaylock. Before they deal with Chase Woodley. Chase doubled in a run, scored a run back in the 1st inning. Also stole 3rd base while he was out there as well. Chase got together in the wintertime, formed a basketball team, played some rec basketball, really enjoyed that. Got his mind off of baseball for a minute. He's 10 times been a PG All-Tournament team member. He's been an MVP, an MV pitcher. So nothing wrong with catching a breather from baseball and all that goes into it to play some basketball. Pitches too, by the way, the man hitting. Chase Woodley. Looks at a pitch over the outside corner. He's a fastball, curveball, changeup guy. Chase is straight A student. Serving as the catcher today behind the plate for the SBA national team. Got the call there. Looking forward to seeing some of these super regional NIT events at the 11U age group this year. Visit perfectgame.org under the events page to find out more for your team where they might fit in. But there are events in September, October, November, and December all over the country. Level swing, center field, drifting back, still drifting. That one down and up against the wall. They'll go ahead and look to grab 3. That's exactly what will occur. Hurrying all the way around goes Colton Pettinato. Woodley, a long single. Had to make sure that that one landed safely, though. He's got a double, he's got a single. He took this one right off the base of the wall and over the head of Mason Moeller. Nice job right here out front. Look at the base running there. I had to wait. I'm going to go. Here's Trey. Lawrence rockets that one foul. He walked, stole a base, eventually scored back in the first inning. The Super Regional NIT 11U age group events are really fun. And obviously they're younger and they're older in that youth age group. September, there's events in Myrtle Beach and Greenville, South Carolina. October, it's just loaded. Beautiful around the country, too. One of those great events. And visit perfectgame.org and check out the events drop down. Looks like it changed up on him there. Oh, it was a dandy. Yeah, those October events are in Charlotte, and Staten Island, and Houston, and Arizona. East Cobb, right here at East Cobb. Hoover, just outside of Birmingham, Las Vegas. We'll do it again with a 1-2 count. Well, last May is when the power really started to come for Trey. He had 5 home runs in events in which he played in the month of May. 5 home runs in 1 month. As he watches that one outside. Trey is from Somerville, South Carolina. Good pitcher, too. Still 11 years old. 11 plus 8 months. That one's in the dirt. He's had a great World Series, has Trey. If you're counting all of the success, you'll count 9 hits, you'll count 4 walks, you'll count 5 home runs in this event. That's incredible. 5 home runs in 27 plate appearances. That's why he's pitched with such respect, and the bases are full. Here's Mason McKay. McKay singled. Got a whole bunch of RBIs out there in front of him right now. One and 0 the count to McKay. Pettinato, Woodley, Lawrence filled the bases for the SBA squad, Showcase Baseball Academy squad. To the backstop, gonna try, slides in there safely. Oh, there was stutter steps coming on down the line, a little bit indecisive, but then Colton Pettinato said, I'm going for it. It gets loose here, and this is, watch him here. I think, yep, I'm going. And he just, nice job executing, by the way, by both teams there. A little collision at the plate. Charlie Blaylock looks to be okay. The runners moved up. Lawrence, he's at second. Woodley, he's at third. Outside corner. 5-3 the score. Championship game of this 11U National World Series. This team, though, this prime team, the shining bright jerseys, they really fight back, and they did today they've been down dramatically a couple times today. Bouncing ball out towards short, diving attempt. That saves a run for sure. But it's an infield base hit, and another run does score. Fabio with a great effort there, ended up leaving his feet, and when he did that, Lawrence was not going to score, but Mason, his second hit, and another run. Come on down, Chase Woodley. And it's now 6-3. Big Graham now. Huffstetler digs in. Huffstetler drives that one toward right field. Coming in, sliding. Unable to make the play, and it will skip all the way to the wall. It got by Guzman. One run scores. Another run scores. Huffstetler stops at third. And they love it. 8-3. That's just someone trusting his strength, right? When you're the tallest man on the field and the strongest man on the field. That is someone trusting his strength. Bouncing ball. Let's see if they come home with it. They'll start a rundown. Gilmore with the tag all the way to second base. Trying to get into scoring position that time was Saliba. But that's a big out at the plate. Caught him off a little aggressive. Heads up play by Lujan. He and Gilmore got together. Gilmore popped the tag down. Just enough of a rundown to let Layton go around to second base. Fielder's choice there. Sheff it is, Ryder Sheffield, who lined out to short. As Ryder fouls that one back. Ryder's player that he loves to watch, who inspires him, is Alec Thomas. Diamondbacks Alex Thomas. Alec, I should say. Into the dirt. Runner will move to third. Saliba's there. Thomas, an interesting selection. He just got to the big leagues. And Ryder selected him. He said, and I quote, he hustles. He's worked hard to get where he is. Alec, perfect game All-American several years back. High school player in Chicago. Was a high draft pick of the Diamondbacks. He's in the major leagues now, and hopefully to stay. But I love that choice for an inspirational player by Ryder Sheffield. Ryder, by the way, also a great wrestler. First season last year and won the Coach's Award in his first season wrestling. Outside corner, that's strike three. Boy, not before SBA made some noise. My goodness, what an inning. They've had 2 full-run innings, a couple of them. That is strike three. Nice job pulling right back over the outside corner. This is some of the noise this inning. Snyder had a pretty hit. Chase Woodley had a single as well. He's got the merry-go-round going. Into the dirt with McKay. And then that plated a run. Big Graham Huffstetler. Graham slam, trusting his hands. A triple and a pair of RBIs come on all the way around. And that's where we stand, 8-3. Jackson Neville going back to work. Travis Thompson, the head coach for the SBA team. When you look at Showcase Baseball Academy based in Charlotte, North Carolina, and the entire organization, top to bottom, SBA in those good-looking classic white uniforms out there. Top to bottom, there have been, since the birth of the organization, 311 college commits, 19 drafted into professional baseball, 119 times a team in this organization has had a top 3 finish at a PG event, and 47 times they've won a championship. We've got some outs to get before they do that again, and against a very tough foe. Nate Handley White, who's moved over to second base, goes to work, and he takes outside. Handley White, Cruz Guzman, Tyson Brown.
Good pitch.
Rocket shot, left field, over the head of that left fielder out there. It gets right by Huffstetter. That one was scolded, so and another good showing for Nate Handley White, who's had a bunch of them. That's 10 hits now, 10 hits in this World Series to go along with 7 walks. Folks, that's a 667 on base coming in. He's homered. He homered against a 5-star Coverdale in that last game. All right, Cruz Guzman, it's your chance now as he takes outside. Cruz walked and was stranded back in the first inning. He's had a good World Series as well. And you look at the resume, you see 8 hits, you see 4 walks, 7 stolen bases, a .565 on base percentage. That's in his first 9 games. He's playing in game number 10. As that one misses outside to Cruz. And he's on. Cruz, the MVP of the 2029 U Florida Select Championship, the MVP of the 11U Fall World Series. Time to talk things over. As we said, Travis Thompson, Chris Snyder, Terry Sheffield, Chad Broadway, the coaching staff of the SBA team. I think more than anything, just trying to hit the reset button. You have a team that is constantly clawing back, and you've opened the door for them again. 2-5 live. Tyson Brown, number 25 on that jersey, out of Jacksonville, Florida. Perfect game, Super Regional NIT in Houston. He won the MVP of that event as he fouls it off. Son of Leanne and Tony. Younger brother of Sis Ariana and Larissa. They're both in their 20s. And older brother Calvin is 21 years old as well. That one had life running in, right in on his hands. Asked Tyson, so my friend, you're at a young age, but what's one of the greatest challenges you've had to overcome? And he frankly shared, I've lost multiple close family members in the same year. He said, I overcame it through, and I quote, God, schoolwork, and sports. The right kind of faith and commitments on the other side. He's a third baseman, he's a catcher, and he'll also pitch. When he's on the mound, it's a fastball, curveball, changeup, and a slider. The 0-2. That one crushed towards center field, and I mean crushed. Wow, out of here. Oh, my. A 3-run homer for Tyson Brown. It is 8-6. Shrunk this place. That's how you do it, right? Pitch up, out, over. You try and pull it, you're not doing that. Trey Lawrence went back and said, nah, no need. And that's great. All 4 umpires with the home run signal up above. That was a fun shot a minute ago. Survival of the strongest. That's literally what's going to be in this event. You can just feel it, can't you? Fabio doubled, stole a bag back in the second inning, scored on a wild pitch. Fabio takes a shot at extra bases toward the wall. That one sails. And that one gets over the head of the left fielder, Hustetler. And he's into second with a double. A pair of doubles for Fabio Fumai, who has been the walk-off king this afternoon and this morning. Scooby-Doo is what his teammates call him. That's the nickname for Mason Moeller. Umpire, that was a great shot there. Sadale Rowland warning the on-deck hitter. Just keep an eye in case he's late on this baseball. Simple little things as you're 11 and continue to learn the nuances of the game. 1-0 the count, 8-6 to score. Bottom of the third, championship game of the 11U National World Series. Glad to have you here on Perfect Game TV. Didn't mean to. Rolls it out towards short, charging, fielding and firing, and Mason McKay turns that one into an out. Runner moves to third, just the first out of this inning. Trevor Lujan, he struck out back in the second inning. He's got such a great baseball IQ. I know Dad's the coach, and there's a comfort there around the sport, but it just shines. Moments on the field, things he does. He's got a big bat. He's got a big arm. And he takes a pitch that's high, does Trevor. We were talking earlier when we're waiting on a water break to start this game, that this, in its fourth year, this event already has some college commits. An 11U event. Ethan Wheeler, who played in this event, who's now a 2026, a freshman. He's committed to Florida, young man, a Floridian. Braden Harris is a Florida State commit. He played in this event a couple years back. He's a number 20 player in the country amongst all freshmen. He's out of Orange Park, Florida, was a 13U Select Festival athlete. Texan Colby Turner played in this event. He's now an Angelina College commit. So there are already a handful of commitments from this 11U Perfect Game event as that one nips at the outside corner for a strike. SBA Futures won it last year. Line Drive won it in 2020, and Marucci Elite Texas won it in 2019. Looks like a little bit of a discussion about the strike zone. Like Tony Lujan implored Trevor Lujan to let me fight my battles for you if you feel like they need to be fought about the strike zone, but otherwise get in there and hit. Pop that one up, we'll do it again. Jackson Neville. That one slapped toward right field. Dies in the glove of the second baseman before getting to right. Ryder Sheffield makes the play. Second out of the inning off the end of the bat. That one just to the right side. He had gone into right field, then came back onto the painted dirt. And that may be all for Jackson Neville. Let's see what they opt to do and how they move things around here. It looks like we may see a new hitter as well. Some discussion down below about an opportunity for Ronald Trey James. Number 19 gets the call for SPA. Trevor Snyder. He'll make the move off of first, so we'll reset the entire situation defensively. This age group, sometimes it's as simple as the pitcher goes over to first. Snyder's pitched a total of 11 1/3 innings in 7 different appearances in the spring and summer. And it's been 11 1/3 innings and 7 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just .217 against Trevor Snyder. But a versatile athlete. Talked quite a bit about his father and the long major league career as a catcher, but this is just a very skilled athlete, has done a wonderful job with the bat in his hands. First baseman, outfielder, left-handed pitcher. Just taking a peek at some of the box scores and history of this event. He pitched a couple of games ago against East Cobb. As a matter of fact, game 2. He went 3 innings, did Snyder. And he didn't give up a run, just 1 hit, struck out 1. So, you know, they may be thinking, how long can we extend him out there? As we said a moment ago, Ronald Trey James was holding a bat. Let's see if that's who will get the call. That's exactly who it is. Enjoying watching him play for a bit. Ronald Trey James out of Palmetto, Florida. Part of that team that won the PG World Series last year, as that one is high. He's the son of Brandy and Ronald. Chris, his biggest brother, his biggest fan, is at all the games, and John Lucas, his little brother, and he's got 7 older sisters. Ronald Trey James fights that one off to the left side, and making a play. It lands in the glove over there of Mason McKay. So they make the call to get Snyder, but it was in an inning in which there was some Bowden Thompson fly to center field as he goes to work here in the 4th inning. That was back in the 2nd inning. He's got a walk. He's got a hit in this event. Handy little 308 on base percentage. He'd like to send that north right now. He takes a strike over the outside corner. Britt Reams waits on deck. SBA out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Showcase Baseball Academy in the white uniforms. Bright green. Prime Baseball Lujan team. Tony Lujan, their head coach. Travis Thompson, the head coach of the SBA team. 11U World Series championship game. Outside. Bowden goes to work, slaps that one to the right side. Hurrying to the bag. In time. Chance Basden smothered that ball, but there is speed going up that line quickly. Watch Chance as he gets up. I got to hurry. Dives and just beat him there. Fortunately, didn't get stepped on at all either. Nice play by Chance, who started this game as the pitcher. And here's Britt Reams. Pulls it again to the right side. And for the second time today, the talented designated hitter has grounded out to the second baseman. Trevor Snyder has taken over on the mound for SBA. He had a great day. Both hits to the left side. A single, a run scored in the first inning. A double, he was stranded in the third inning. Actually ran into the out on the base paths. As he takes outside to Snyder. Trevor, in his 62 games at perfect game events, has a .446 on base percentage. T-Rev, as his mates call him. He dreams of playing in the big leagues someday. I'm guessing they all do. Asked him, by the way, favorite dish and who cooks it. He said, and I quote, chicken broccoli casserole. My mom makes it. It's the best. His mom, Carla. That one gets the inside corner. As I told you guys earlier, I had the good fortune of calling many, many long smashes off the bat of Dad, Chris Snyder, for the 5 years that I served as a TV announcer for the Diamondbacks. Rolls that one out to Chance. Chance will head to the bag, and that is a 1-2-3 inning. Boy, nice little shutdown inning for Charlie Blaylock with his team scrapping away and hanging around in this game.
You know what time it is, right? They don't want us to make it. So it's time to take it. Ride with them killers, it's time to see who we with. I know that if we get up on them, make sure these people feel it. I'm shooting like Reggie Miller, for all my hits. Like a pound, tell it to you, I call it Dilla and Dilla. Don't wanna be no motion picture, hit you from business. We came out the trenches with the stitches, got it from witness. I gotta get that first shot up over there. Hit me, ain't gotta worry about looking back with my squad with me.
Away we go as that one dives down and in. Evan Rupinta, he starts things off. Oh, what a great breaking ball that is. Dives over the inside corner to Cito Rupinta. Evan says in a couple of years, when you check back in with me again, I'd love to be an MLB player or playing at Ole Miss. Another breaking ball is swung upon. Played on that team, the Prime Baseball Lujan team that went to the Houston Super Regional NIT, that amazing event in March, finished 7th overall in hitting. Breaking ball is high. Talked about his ability to play the clarinet in the classroom. He's also a 3.5 student. He bounces that one out towards short. In time for the out. Mace McKay. Knew in between hops. Matter of fact, played it right about his nose as that one bounced high. Chance now. The Winter Springs, Florida native. Started this game as a pitcher, doubled in a run in the first inning, grounded out the third in the second inning. NU MVP of the World Series as that breaking ball was high. Academic Achievement Award winner this past school year for Chance. It had a 4.0 GPA that went along with it. Nice Chance. Hey, give me a self-scouting report. He said, and I quote, and I scribbled this down: agile, fast base runner, tremendous size, powerful, consistent hitter. Throws several pitches, fastball up to 68, slider, curveball, changeup. And he takes a strike. Excited about the first weekend of August this year for Perfect Game's 11U Select Festival. There's athletes in this game that will have a chance to make that final roster. That game will be played at East Cobb. It will be streamed on Perfect Game TV first weekend of August, first Sunday of August. This Chance hits it hard out to short. Hit it hard, so that made it easy to turn it into an out. That's exactly what Mason McKay did. Boy, there's a power load there, isn't it? Nate Handley White. Trevor Snyder still working on the mound. Breaking ball. This little hammer there as that one dives down and in. 0-1 the count to Handley White. Doubled, scored back in the third inning. Line to left field in the first inning. Slower breaking ball. Gets the outside corner. 0-2 the count. So one more firm back foot to start him. And then dropped one like a parachute over the outside corner. What does he throw? 0-2. Kept that one away. It's rolled to the right side, leaving his feet and unable to make the play. And a nice job. Not a bad 0-2 pitch. I think that was off the plate. And give Handley White credit. His job was just to stay alive, make contact, and he did that. Let's see this pitch. That was in the other batter's box. Maybe a change-up down and away. And so now, just a 2-run game. The tying run represented in Cruz Guzman. You get through this inning, as dangerous, as dangerous as the Prime team is, as effective as the stuff of Snyder is. When you get through this inning, now you're counting outs, and it gets to 6 outs you need for a championship. Big turning point in the game right now with 2 outs. Guzman, who's walked twice and scored a run. He'll put it at bat on you. Nice job stopping that one behind home plate, Chase Woodley. And our entire production team at this complex last week for Perfect Games Junior National Showcase and then the Sophomore National Showcase. How's that one back to the screen? Don't forget, we'll be with you next week, same day, on a Tuesday. Find time at work, put time aside. At about this same time of day, we'll have the official time announcement as we get closer. But it will be broadcast of the 12U National World Series Championship game. Celebrating baseball at the 12U age group again next week.
Let's go, Trevor. Let's go, Trev.
In on the hands, popped up, diving attempt, unable to make the play. Woodley, good effort. Good effort there by Chase Woodley. I know Coach Snyder in that dugout loves that effort. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. And almost had it. That's the key, right? Finding it. Hardest part of that play. About 25 minutes north of Atlanta, Georgia, here at East Cobb in the East Cobb Complex, the birthplace of travel baseball. Got away with a pitch up that time. I need to do a short documentary on the best places to eat within, I don't know, baseball's throw of this complex because there's so many. Within about a half hour, 20 minutes up north. Remember, there is a little bit of traffic on occasion on the 75 and the 575. But if you're playing an event here and the Braves are at home, you got a shot. I mean, you're right there. A beautiful ballpark. Truist. Diving attempt and unable to make the play. That ends up scampering into center field. It's picked up out there by Trey Lawrence. That was a great effort, by the way, by Ryder Sheffield. Pretty swing. Had the weight drift out a little bit, but then didn't try to pull the baseball. So it was Guzman with his 3rd time reaching safely. A visit to talk things over. Stuff's good, and it should play. Understand it's an 8-6 game, and you've got Tyson Brown due up, so worth the conversation, how to be careful. But the stuff of Snyder should play as long as he feels confident out there. The breaking ball, not afraid to come in. This is a dangerous hitter, though. I think the key is you don't want to make a mistake. Something out over. Let's watch how they pitch it. Fresh off of a 3-run home run in the last inning, here's the gifted Tyson Brown. 2-5 live, as we said earlier. Bottom of the 4th, 8-6 championship game. Got away with one up that time. 0-1 to count, though. This is last time up. Dead center field. Up out over the plate. Got his hands extended. Trey Lawrence took a couple of steps. So strong. Dropped the breaking ball over the outside corner. 0-2 the count. He's got some pitches to play with now. Hasn't leaned on the fastball much. I'm thinking that fastball would look 10 miles an hour harder than it actually is if he threw it. Went with the breaking ball outside.
Come on, Trevor. You got this, T-Rev. You got this. Go, T-Rev.
Runner took off. And took third base. So Nate Handley wide is at third. Runners on first and third now. Back-to-back breaking balls. Went from 0-2 to 2-2. Two-two pitch, ground ball towards short. It's squared up out there. They go the short way and turned it into an out. Mason McKay to Ryder Sheffield, and that will do it for the dangerous Tyson Brown on a 6-4 ground out. Snyder stuff is playing certainly. In this part of the inning, sort of ground out to short with Pinta. Chance Baisden was next. He got him on a ground ball out to short as well. Just on top of the secondary stuff. That's a beautiful approach by Cruz Guzman, and runner on first and third, and then they come up empty and a 0 put up on the board. That's where we stand. 8-6 is the score. In a 6-inning championship game, here we go to the 5th. Colton Pettinato to lead things off. CP reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 3rd inning and struck out in the 1st. Charlie Blaylock still works out there on the mound. Want to know the count to Colton. A straight A student who has earned a spot on the dean's list academically at his school. Slashes that one toward right field. Sliding down to a knee. Unable to make the play out there. Right fielder Cruz Guzman. Thought Guzman might have a chance. Swing like that, though, should get rewarded. It was a good one. Base hit.
Go, Chase. Stay hot, kid.
Here's Chase. One and 0 the count to Chase Woodley. Doubled, singled, drove in a run. He has scored a couple of runs. Chase dreams someday, should he play college baseball, of playing for Stanford. And someone who is already a straight A student, he's on a good path. Playing in a championship level game, one of the key players on the team, and then when he goes back to school, straight A's. You dream of Stanford, young man, that's Stanford material already. 2-1. You could see he missed his spot there as Gilmore had to reach back for that one. Fly ball. Well struck. Up in front of that wall, the play is made. I mean, just enough room to hold it. Mason Moeller, Cruz Guzman came together. It was a center fielder, Moeller, who made the play. A little bit of carry to it. Watch Moeller. He's almost running parallel to the wall as he hauls that one in. Move is made as Trevor Lujan comes in, and he will pitch. We'll set the scene on where everyone else is moving defensively. But for now, his teammates will get in some shade. Lujan will work with his coach. Two more warm-up tosses. And Gilmore says, I got it.
All right, Trey. Let's go, baby. Go. Come on, Trey. Payday, baby. Payday. Let's go.
Jay Lawrence, big bat. Homered 5 times in this event. He's walked twice today. They've been very careful. He scored a couple of runs. And he looks at a breaking ball and a good one for strike one.
All right, you got to move over.
Two in a row, really good ones.
Track it, Trey. You got it. You got it.
Hanley White moves over to third base. Charlie Blaylock, who was pitching, moves to short. Fabio Fomai moves back to second base. And Chance Baisden is the first baseman. Baisden, Fomai, Blaylock, and White first all the way around to third defensively for the prime Lujan team. We're talking about Lujan and his ability to use that baseball IQ. The game is, when you watch him play it at 11 years old, it's like he's in his backyard with a tennis ball playing with his buddies. He gets a chase. So curveball, set up a fastball. We talked about that with Snyder, how maybe changing that look up makes the fastball look so much more effective. And he missed his spot. It was up. But elevated like that looked really good. He gets a swing and a miss. Mason McKay. He has 3 RBIs and a couple of hits today. As they chant Mace on base as he digs in. As the curveball is up and away to Mace on base. Put in a lot of work this year in the cages, working at home as well. That one moves to the backstop. Bettinato moves to third. Mason said, I've had a lot of ups and downs with my hitting, he shared with me. He said it was overcome by putting in work in the cage, at home, and at practice. He said, the one thing I did was stay positive. I knew positive attitude plus hard work could equal success. And that's where he is now. He lifts that one foul, but how good if you're SBA and Coach Thompson would a 2-out add-on run feel? Well, you're getting to where there are 6 outs to play with on the other side. There's that one. Elbow drops underneath it, sails it high and inside. The number 1 seed coming in, the number 1 ranked team team in the country, Prime Baseball Lujan, down 8-6. At the end of pool play, the number 3 seed overall was a team that is leading, SBA. They played their way to the number 3 seed after pool play. Gilmore, Lujan having a tough time coming together, and so he'll tie his shoes and just catch his breath for a second.
Come on, Mace. Let's go, you buddy. Let's go, Mace.
Dale Rowland, our home plate umpire. Foster West at first, David Cole at second, Booker Owens at third, and the 3-1. Outside.
Good up.
Come on, Mace. You got this.
And that makes it 3-1.
Come on, Mace.
Good up.
Inside. Ball 4 has a lively pitch, but it missed. Graham Huffstetler now. Doubled, tripled, driven in a pair. Home run power. His favorite player, Ozzie Albies. He's a huge Braves fan. Calls it back to the screen. And at home, his favorite meal, chicken and mushrooms that Mom makes. Lindsay, with those size 15 shoes he has at 11 years old, I can't imagine how much you have to make as it pertains to chicken and mushrooms. The 0-1. Dropped it in there, tried to duck it. But the size at which he plays now at 11 makes you think we've got an Aaron Judge blossoming before our eyes. Graham Huffstetler. Try to sneak it by. Boy, we told you he tripled, used the big part of the ballpark. That's the kind of strength he has and trust in those hands as he whipped the baseball into right field. And with his good speed, ended up plating a pair back in the third inning, a triple and 2 RBIs. 0-2 the count. That's low. Simple, right? This kind of height, this kind of leverage, you just don't want to let him get his hands extended. Yeah, let's see if they come in with it. Outside, will that play to run? If it does, it's a huge one, and it does. That one got by Gilmore, and Colton with a really good lead and then a really good read. Pettinato came on down. Wild pitch there. Runner moves all the way to third, by the way, and McKay, as he trails. Gilmore tried to play it on a backhand, couldn't get his body in front of it to block it. That's a tough way to play it. And he got him. Hit him right in the back.
Walk it off, Bubba.
Well, that's the key, right? You want to pitch in. It's tough to do at 11 years old. I mean, it just is. It's tough to command the inner part. You have to come into a hitter like that. Can't let him get his hands extended, but it's tough to, he hangs over the plate. He's got size and leverage. And it just squared him up. He's big, he's strong, he'll be all right. So Graham saw a 1-run score and 9-6 to score now. A chance for Layton.
Bring him around, Layton, you got this.
Layton Saliba. Doubled in a run. Reached on a fielder's choice. 3-run homer to send him home happy to dinner last night to keep him moving on. A walk-off. A try a pickoff. And how about that heads-up play? The moment they picked the third, Hofstetter, who had just been hit in the back, took off running. You're picking the third, I'm taking another base. And that's huge because now a single with his speed and with 2 outs and his ability to read the game. Well, that's great. Single scores a pair here. Three-run lead. 6 outs to get. Up 3. SBA program that has won 47 championships. That one is drilled toward left field. Sliding attempt, unable to make the play. That will play to both. And SBA adds on. And the 4'9", powerful and gifted Leighton Saliba strikes again. Picked on a breaking ball, kept the hands back, and here's Ryder Sheffield. It's 3 RBIs for Leighton in this game. Ryder Sheffield. He takes on the inside corner. Oh, and 2 the count. (11-6) to score. As that one misses outside. I would love to play at Vanderbilt someday. Student Advisor Board, as far as grades are concerned, does an amazing job. Runner takes off to third. Came up empty that time, but not before 3 huge add-on runs. And they did it all with 2 outs. Oh, my goodness, what an inning. That's how it ended, with a firm breaking ball away from Lujan. But in this inning, we saw Pettinato come up with a big single. He would get aggressive on the base pads. We saw the dangerous and aggressive base running. We saw the pretty swing of Mason McKay and that of Leighton Saliba right there. And we saw some add-on runs, 3 all told. Move along to the bottom half of inning number 5 in a 6-inning game. SBA on top of this championship game. On top of prime baseball Lujan, 11-6. Mason McKay is on the mound. He is throwing. Will set the situation. McKay was the shortstop. Case Woodley comes out to have a conversation. Case Woodley moves out to short. Woodley was behind the plate. First pitch from McKay, so McKay is now working with a brand new catcher. That's Cooper Hatley. He's behind home plate. 15 on that jersey. Cooper Hatley is the catcher. 11U championship game. That's the kind of catcher you want. They can put the gear away and go play shortstop, right? That's exactly what Woodley has done. Snyder back from the mound over to first. Fabio's doubled a couple of times. Scored a run. As that one is outside. A perfect journey for both of these teams. Maybe a little bit more dominating for Prime Baseball Lujan. Scores early on of 12-1, 12-0, 15 and 14-0. As that one driven off the end of the bat into right center field. In stride, run down out there by the gifted Trey Lawrence. Nothing wrong with the approach at all. It's kind of how it rolls for that talented young man. Here's Mason Moeller. The big challenges for day for Prime Baseball Lujan came today. Stars Baseball, they had to rally and win 4-3. Fabio Fumai walked them off. They had to come from behind a couple of times to beat 5-star in the semifinals 10-9. They went into the bottom half of the sixth inning down 9-7. Slow breaking ball got the call over the inside corner. Mason McKay, the shortstop turned pitcher. Mason Moeller walked and scored back in the second inning, also grounded out to short. Outside. And keeping that theme going, favorite food anywhere in the world, stone crabs and shrimp for Mason Moeller. As he rolls that one third base line, and it's foul. Mason, now we're talking. Now we're talking. The hamburgers, the hamburger helper, all that stuff is wonderful. I'm hanging with you, Mason Moeller, with the stone crabs and shrimp. Close to the plate, closed stance. Played on a backhand. Got a nice hop that time. He turns it into an out, does Ryder Sheffield. Sheffield's the second baseman. Trevor Snyder, who was pitching. That big load, hit it hard, but couldn't sneak it through. Nothing wrong with that approach. Two outs in the inning. Sammy Edson gets the call, an opportunity for Sammy to hit. And he goes right to work toward right field. Hangs up for a long time. That one is put away. Get to know Sammy Edson, a wonderful opportunity for the young man out of Sarasota, Florida. Last couple of years he's been to this World Series. Sammy, the son of Jen and Dave, got a chance to contribute in this game. The great track star. He runs the 4x100, 4x200. Sammy off the bench is retired this time. Good coaching, right? I think every single person that has helped you get to this championship game get a swing in the game. I enjoyed watching Sammy for a moment. There are the outs in the inning. Fumai, Moeller, and Edson. 11-6 to score as we move to the final inning. We think it may be. We'll see. 11-6, SBA on top as they seek a championship. 47 overall at all age groups with this organization. As we talked about earlier, Prime looking to rally. This team has assembled, give or take a few players, is looking for a three-peat. They won the World Series at 9U, at 10U. The number one team in the land right now. here's an opportunity to get to know Cooper Hatley as he gets the call. The young man out of Stanfield, North Carolina, the catcher, third baseman, will get a chance to pinch hit. Son of Carmen and Brent, and the brother to Drew Hatley, older brother, as Cooper takes outside. Cooper goes by the nickname of the Jet. Pretty good pitcher when he hops on the mound, a power arm, works behind the plate as well. As he takes outside. Sammy Edgson stayed in. We talked about Sammy, who had pinch hits. Sammy stays in to pitch. He's on the mound. Cooper, a big Cubs fan. And Cooper takes high, and his guy, since he catches, he loves Adley Rutschman. One overall pick a couple of years back out of Oregon State, the fine switch hitting catcher for the Orioles. That's his favorite player. And he's on. Atlas Broadway. As that one's high and inside. Another man off the bench gets the call, and if he isn't on your all-name team, I'm not sure who is. What a great baseball name. What a great fun name. Atlas Broadway is out of Monroe, North Carolina, and he's the son of Sarah and Chad, of course, dad on the coaching staff of this team. An AB honor roll student. You ask the man with the great name Atlas Broadway who inspires him, and he said simply to me, God is my inspiration. He's always there for me, and I try to live for him, and that's that. Atlanta Braves fan, Atlas Broadway, and Austin Riley fan, perfect game All-American alum, Austin. As Atlas takes high and inside. Cooper Hatley, Atlas Broadway. Right down the middle. I'm going to guess of all of our millions of viewers right now, many of you would like to be named Atlas Broadway. As he fouls it off. By the way, when Atlas is working, he can work for his squad in the outfield, third base, second base if needed. And he dreams of playing at Clemson someday. Trying to pick off throw and trickles into center field. Cooper had already moved up. Little roller, and that one is foul. Coach Thompson said about Atlas Broadway, an absolute great kid. Plays the game hard. When he can stay healthy, he's a great player. He's been through a lot of injury adversity. Broken hand, broken kneecap, growth plate, broken finger. Wow. We're happy to get him back and healthy. As he takes a strike over the outside corner. That plate extends just a little bit for Sadale Rowland. But we got to know Atlas Broadway, and that's a good thing. Trevor Snyder now. T-Rev has that one sail way up and in and off the plate. Snyder family makes their home in Waxhaw, North Carolina. Trevor said, moving from Arizona to a new city, leaving my house, my friends, and my school was a challenge. He went on to say, after we moved, it took time to adjust. I ended up playing for the best team with the best teammates, and now I'm loving my new home. As he takes a strike, letter high. Snyder, a Cardinals fan. He whips that one into center field. That one dies in the glove out there of Mason Moeller, who's made a couple of good plays earlier today. The Colt, Colton Pettinato, CP, Charleston native. He took one in the backside. He had to wear that one. That's the third time he's been on. On with the single, last time up, scored a run. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third, scored a run. 11-6 to score, championship game, 11U World Series. We'll do our best to hang around and see the hardware handed out to both of these teams and listen in. That one lifted. A trio comes together. And in the end, the play is made out there by Mason Moeller again. He covers so much ground. Last chance, and I never, ever, ever count out the Prime baseball team, and I mean ever, because they are some kind of tough. They've come back a couple of times today, and they're 4-3 and 10-9 wins. And some of these pretty swings in this inning. Chase Woodley, that's his swing that time. Aggressive base running out there. Cooper Hatley got to work. Trevor Snyder with the bat in his hands. Those are the swings this inning. One more frame to go. Mason McKay completes his warm-up tosses out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Showcase Baseball Academy. The number 3 seed after pool play, after beating the Memphis Tigers and Team Georgia and Dream Team and the East Cobb Astros. Had their hands full on a couple of occasions. As a matter of fact, against Team Rough Riders yesterday, they were down 7-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning, only to rally to win, and to win twice today. Ronald Trey James gets another opportunity to hit as he takes a breaking ball that misses low and inside. That one sinks low and outside. A chance to interview Ronald last year. Enjoyed every second. Enjoyed the family. As that one hits the outside corner. Buffalo Creek Middle School. Dreams of playing for the Florida Gators someday. This son of Brandy and Ronald. That's a lively sinking fastball, isn't it? Ronald also a good pitcher when he hops up on the mound right now. He's trying to get something started offensively. Slow breaking ball. Ronald gives that one a ride. Well struck toward right field. Up against that wall, unable to be played. He hurries around. Into second he goes. And Ronald Trey James starts things off with a double. I'm telling you, it's a pleasure to watch this young man play. Honoring, of course, the history of this sport. He's a talented African-American athlete by wearing number 42. Beautiful swing. Evan Rapinta, single. He's doubled. He's scored a run. He's driven one in. Fastball ducks the outside corner. High 60s on the fastball. It's a firm arm for sure. Curveball, he can drop it down into the high 40s, low 50s, so a big differential as that one's outside. A couple of pitches to Evan have been 65 twice. He has thrown and touched that number. Reached out and pulled that one towards short. You take the out because it's in front of you, and you just get it. As streaking up the line is Rapinta. Ronald Trey James scores. So 11-7, but you're 2 outs away now. You don't even think about it when you get a hitter like this to hit you a 2-hopper. Make it a 1-hopper, and you turn it into an out, and that's exactly what Chase Woodley did. Well, Chance Baisden can change things, and he's got the skills to make it really interesting with one swing of the bat. Fastball hits the outside corner. Chance doubled in a run back in the first inning. Has grounded out a couple of times after that. Started on the mound in this game. Another hard ground ball to short, leaving his feet. That one skips right on through, and he hit it hard. But on the ground. You need hit after hit after hit in situations like these. I kind of called for a homer a moment ago, but really the great comebacks are built on hit after hit. And there's another one who's dangerous. Hanley White has doubled, and he is single. And McKay rushes that one home, and it misses outside. Got the inside corner that time.
Hey, roll it up. Defense, come on. Throw him out, dude. Throw him out.
Had him in between that time, and so he fought it off and fouled it off. Coming in with an on-base of 667 in this tournament. 9 hits, 7 walks, and a home run. Nathan Handley White. 11 years old, 5 months, out of Bradenton, Florida. Outside. Well, the crowd did some lobbying there, didn't they? Sedale rolling the home plate umpire. This isn't my first rodeo. You can talk me into it all you want with your cheering. Flattery will get you somewhere. But look how close he stands to the plate. Look at that, right on top of it. And a breaking ball ties him up, and he fights it off and drops it in there. He was right up on that batter's box. I'm surprised he was strong enough to do that. I mean, that pitch, because he was so close, ended up jamming him. I give him a lot of credit. It takes some courage to step up like that. Things get a little bit more interesting. Quick conversation on the mound. Again, this coaching staff, Travis Thompson, the head coach, Chris Snyder, Terry Sheffield, Chad Broadway, the SBA staff. Tony Lujan is the head coach of the number 1 team in the land, number 1 seed in this event, Prime Baseball 11U out of Sarasota, Florida. But it's the defensive team that's on top right now, SBA by 4. Cruz Guzman, who has been beyond pesky today. He's walked twice, he's scored a run, and he is singled. He's been on 3 times. Strike 1. Let me set the scene for you. Guzman, who finds a way to reach. Should he reach, the hitter will represent the tying run. The hitter, Tyson Brown, who was already homered in this game and has Huge power. To the backstop. Let's move up to second and third. These are the kind of things that a youthful pitcher might be having crawl around in his head a little bit, but honestly, at 4 right now, you just worry about the hitter. With pitches like that. Boy, it's got late movement. Funny, Chris Snyder, who's in that dugout, former Major League catcher, used to catch a pitcher by the name of Brandon Webb, who wasn't much older than 11 years old, but he had that kind of movement, that late two-seam sinking movement that McKay has. Breaking ball outside. Cruz just trying to keep things rolling. That's outside. That's ball 4. And now it just got really interesting. Yeah, is it ball 4? Did he get ahead of himself? Yeah, that's right. I kind of thought that. Still looking for that ball 4. 3-2 the count. Kind of stealing out, and he got it! Oh my goodness, what a massive out! What incredible communication in the middle of the infield as Woodley and McKay work together. Now 1 out away. Boy, a huge out on the base pads. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's athlete working with athlete. That's not just a pitcher. That's a pitcher who was earlier playing shortstop. Isn't it funny? Rounded out towards short. This could do it. That will do it. SBA wins it all. The 11U World Series champions. That's a great shot. The pride of Charlotte, North Carolina, Showcase Baseball Academy wins it all. This is the first time. And it's interesting because we see for back-to-back years, the SBA Futures team wins it last year, and then the SBA team wins it this year again, the national team. Congratulations to both of these teams. They fought so hard to get here for a week. Arm in the air. Woodley makes the play. They had that huge play together. I mean, a huge play together. The batter before. And they made sure they didn't have to face Tyson Brown. How key was that? Tyson Brown watches this game end from the on-deck circle. Man who had hit an incredible 3-run home run. What a journey. We'll hang here, celebrate these teams, and listen in as best we can. Prime Lujan, congratulations to the team out of Sarasota, Florida. Really dominated and then came back twice today. This organization now has 32 top 3 finishes, Prime Lujan, as an organization. Tony Van Daltren will hand out the hardware. He does such a great job. Both of them do. He and Tony Harper, leadership of PG Youth, the Younger Select Festivals as well. There's Tony right in the middle. Coaches, that Prime team with some condolences, handshakes all around. High fives all around. Coaches Thompson and Snyder, Sheffield and Broadway for SBA come through. Tony is congratulating and speaking to both teams for their efforts. We get to be a little bit voyeuristic in this style of broadcast, and we can hear the families, and the cameras are smaller, and so they don't always know they're being listened to. I want to give a tip of the cap to both sets of families and parents and athletes and coaches, because they both handled things first class. It was positive, it was upbeat, it was enjoyable to listen to. We saw earlier where Travis Thompson, the head coach of the SBA team, shared that his parents are all on board, and the players that play me first don't play for him. And there is your MVP. An outstanding job, and congratulations. A victory there for Graham Huffstetler. You may see Graham get a chance to play in the Select Festival this year. We'll see. Such a busy summer for these youth leaders, because what cranks up next? The 9 and the 12U. And congratulations goes over to the Prime Baseball squad, their head coach Tony Lujan. As we said earlier, their 32nd top 3 finish, top to bottom in their organization. There were some forgettable moments, truth be told, in this event. Some families, some coaches, some stuff throughout the time here. And that wasn't one of these. These parents, these families supported the umpiring crew, cheered for one another, cheered for the other team. They're celebrating. You can see the visual there of all the families standing together. It's a great visual. I think all of our hopes, and it usually turns out to be the case, is that all these athletes realize how fortunate they are, the sacrifices their families make. We all know travel baseball. That's what ends up being your family vacation in the summertime. Little sis, little brother, kind of end up hanging out at the ballpark all day, and it's been hot all week. Here's a big fella as he strides toward the plate. What an event he had, Tyson Brown. Wow. And another round of applause is called for, and certainly deserved, for that Prime team. As an organization, the 48th championship for Showcase Baseball Academy at all age groups combined, the 120th top 3 finish. After pool play, they were the number 3 seed. They were victorious today in the quarters, 6-5 over the ZT Twins, and 8-5 out of that gifted California-based team, MVP Casillas. Championship t-shirts being handed out. Hang with us, by the way, when we say goodbye. You'll want to see some of the pictures of the event, some of the memories.
Right in front of the field.
And that puts a bow on it. Obviously, the money moment is the picture and the memory that you have for all time. And the families and the celebrations they have. Some of the pictures of this fabulous event from top to bottom on a day in which we saw both these teams do special things. We saw Chase Woodley have big hits. We saw Chance Baisden have big hits. And great defense out there, the double plays that came into play. And both of these teams undefeated coming into today. SBA ends up with the championship. And there were all kinds of moments to celebrate. We want to thank our producer, director, Steve Banta, tech coordinator as well. On campus, Miles Garrett. I'm excited to see where he ends up on campus pitching Division I. He was our producer on site, did a great job. Tanner Schofield in our production truck leading multiple parts of our broadcast, outstanding. Of course, Ariane Banta with all the graphics and all the identification that went on there, and we had all kinds of fun. We're fortunate to be able to do this. Tony Von Draltren and Tony Harper, the leadership group. My partner in production is Jim Jenks as well, who is busy working on our college shows today for Perfect Game TV, and there are the champions. As they await their opportunity, the second place team now. Both of these teams must feel like champions with what they've pulled together. Boy, that's a great shot, isn't it? Families on the other side have gathered the team. Future of baseball right there. Several of these players will be playing on a national stage at the Select Festival. The way they have played, and heck, we might be in a couple of years talking about them as Perfect Game All-Americans at Chase Field. Time will tell. This event already has 3 college commits as alumnus. With a perfect event, Showcase Baseball Academy. 11-7 the final.